This week's episode is sponsored by Helio Gas Detection. Hey everyone, this is Letty from the Metal Soul podcast. I'm here with the lads from Words That Burn. How are you doing?
Good.
Hello.
And they are the debut on the new setup, so let me know what you think in the comments.
Guinea pigs.
So, welcome to the podcast. To the listeners who maybe haven't heard of you guys, do you want to introduce yourself and your role in the band?
I'm Roni, I'm a singer.
I'm Shane and I play guitar.
Perfect. So, you guys are playing the Academy tonight with Heriot and From. You excited?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Butterflies in my belly all week. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very nervous.
I've just been going in work, just like, one more day, 2 more days. Like, actually cannot wait. Like, so, how did the band start?
You take this one. You were
Because I started
You
it.
started.
About 2011, I think. Myself and Jer, our bass player, just came out of another band and we decided to start jamming, and then that became, we wrote a few songs, then we had a drummer join, and then about a year later this man joined, the drummer left, and then Jason joined, and that was 13 years ago?
13, yeah.
Something like that? Yeah, so 13 years ago, and then we've just been rock and rolling since then, you know.
You've been just chugging ever since.
Chugging ever since, yeah. Strings and beers.
Awesome. And your album Cutthroat Culture came out in 2023. How was the recording process for it?
Well, that you want to take that one
It was
because
quite a strange one because of COVID and that. So I recorded tracked Everton in my studio at my house, and I had to take each member over separately to do their individual parts. Fun fact, we actually never got to jam the whole album together before we even played a song. So we had it all produced and mastered in Everton, and then we said, okay, we better go learn these songs. So
yeah, it was surreal because I think one of the first gigs that we did coming out of COVID was Bloodstock.
yeah,
You know, and
our debut for Den of Lions, yeah.
we kind of only had started practicing a song like a couple of weeks before that because we never played a song in the practice room because we did it all
Yeah, it was
kind of
definitely
over the internet.
It was a strange experience compared to your normal tracking of albums, but yeah, it turned out great. And
Yeah, but we got a great producer in as well. We got Josh Schroeder, who's now super famous for like King of 10 and Lorna Shore, you know. So we got him on board, and it just took it to the super next level. Like it was really cool.
Awesome. And you mentioned Bloodstock. Bloodstock's literally just gone.
Yeah.
How was that experience of playing Bloodstock?
it was unbelievable. Like Bloodstock is it's such a lovely vibe. Like everybody is so nice and very welcoming. So yeah, it was great. It was a great experience.
Yeah, it was unreal. Like I mean, from having never been there before to getting to kind of like be there as a kind of like as an audience member for the first couple of days because we were playing on the last day. It was just amazing. Like, and because like everybody's just so excited to be able to be in a field together after being 2 years indoors, you know. So there was just something kind of electric in there. It was really, really cool. Like I'd love to go back. I'd love to play again. Bloodstock.
Talking to you.
What stage did you play?
New Blood stage, which is cool. Like it was all the kind of the Metal to the Masses bands playing, like, you know, and we managed to secure a slot there with them, and it was really, really cool. Like we played at like 12 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. This is the last day, so everybody should have been in bed hungover. And the stage was the tent was pretty much full.
Yeah,
Like I mean,
great,
it was really good, really, really cool.
Awesome. I don't know if you're aware of Robin Ramesh. Do you know them? They're from League of Their Own.
Oh yeah.
They went to Bloodstock as well, and they got to play with, I think it was If It Bleeds.
Yeah.
And that was like my dad's introduction to Bloodstock. And he was like, what is this?
Deadly.
And when he saw it advertised, he was like, they're doing a metal festival, Bloodstock. Have you heard of it? I was like, yes.
That's amazing.
Do you have a favourite memory from the recording of Cutthroat?
I don't know. It was a lot of work. It was especially tracking at home. Like I was spending all my evenings and stuff. You know, after work I go in and it's sit until like 12 or 1 o'clock. But it was a great learning procedure for me, like to work out all the ins and outs of recording, and it really kind of brought me along with how I track these days. So
yeah, like the pre-production work that Shane did on the album, like because we wanted to send it over to Josh as polished as we possibly could, so he wouldn't have to start stripping the songs apart and changing parts. So you're like the learning curve you had was unbelievable.
Yeah, I think the learning curve was the best outcome for me.
A hard one, but an enjoyable one.
Very tough, yeah, very long, but it was worth it.
Yeah, when you get into writing new songs, you're like, oh really, again? Yeah, do we have to do this again?
Oh shit, here we go again.
Here we go again, yeah. EP, keep it sweet.
Single at most, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It's going on Spotify anyway, so.
And can we expect any new music in 2026?
Well, that sounded like a setup, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we are kind of bouncing forward a lot of ideas between ourselves. We have, I don't want to call them full songs yet because I don't think they are full songs yet, but there's the guts of maybe 5 or 6 songs there, maybe?
Like 5 or 6 nearly finished demos.
Yeah.
We probably have a catalogue of maybe 15 or 20 songs that we have kind of still to work on. But we
and then about 30 bits.
And then 30 bits. We have an awful lot of material written that we just kind of need to fine tune and try and, we need to up it from cultural culture.
Yeah.
So that's what we've kind of been doing over all the years. Every album we tried to progress more, and that's what kind of trying to find our, not the sound again, but.
No, well, you can't just do the same thing twice. Cutthroat doesn't sound anything like Pyres. Pyres doesn't sound like anything like. Regrets for the Dead doesn't sound like Pyres. Yeah. It doesn't sound again culture. But it's kind of like we're trying to kind of push ourselves kind of as songwriters as well, which is quite hard to do. You kind of start second guessing yourself because it doesn't sound exactly like what you did before. It doesn't sound vastly different, but it's just our approach is a little bit different, I suppose. And we kind of are trying to drill down to maybe more, not a concept album, but really kind of flesh out the stories of the songs, to kind of so the people can identify with them, not as a kind of, not so people will then identify with them. It's kind of that they're relatable because we're trying to be quite honest and stuff with the lyrics, so I think the music has to complement those stories,
Make it kind of from the heart and truthful kind of thing.
Well, yeah, absolutely. We kind of we've been just talking about kind of life and all that kind of stuff, and we're trying to just put that onto the page rather than kind of create a story or kind of make it about something that's not very specific. It's a bit too vague, maybe. I think we're just trying to keep it a little bit more simple. But then when you're writing lyrics, if they're too simple, you're kind of going, nah, that's giving too much away. So everything's kind of Shane was saying, we have 5 or 6 songs that are as far as we've to finish kind of song structure, but we're still kind of figuring out I am figuring out the lyrics still but I think that's the kind of approach that we're taking now with this, just to make the whole thing as open and honest as we can. So hopefully people can, when they hear it, they kind of get something from it,
Yeah, that's really interesting to hear because Chino from Deftones, he says that he stopped pulling from personal experience and all that and just started writing words. It's well, these words have to come from somewhere.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. And I watched a thing with or read something that Mike Patton from Fate and More said before, and he said he doesn't really care about the lyrics. I thought that, and that's not verbatim. That was the general gist of of what he said. And I was kind of going, that's bizarre, that's kind of your job, but he gets away with it because he's the best singer in the world ever.
Gino does as well. I'm sure he just goes into the studio with his Oxford dictionary and goes, yes,
yes, syllables, what fits,
what rhymes,
what rhymes. It's you're so cryptic, bro. He's oh, okay.
Sure, what was it? Eminem, he was I can rhyme anything with orange. And he was orange. I was well done.
Well, technically he was right, though. He didn't say it's a word.
And how did you come up with the title of Cutthroat Culture,
Do you know what it was? because like over COVID, like I mean, you spent like so much time on your phone, you know, or you're watching YouTube, like I mean, and like you just kind of see how people were kind of reacting to each other and talking to each other and speaking to each other, kind of like, you know, virtually, whatever. Nobody really does that in real life unless you're a total prick. But like, it was just kind of like, you know, everybody's kind of seems to be out for each other, kind of thing, like, you know, and that's kind of like that's where that came from, I suppose. But you know, like it wasn't kind of like necessarily saying anything about any one in particular. It was just kind of like an overview, because like the songs are kind of some of them come from that kind of observant point of view as well, you know.
Because to me, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, is the total definition of that.
Oh, it's a cesspool.
Yeah, exactly, of that title, because everyone is literally out for blood with each other, like.
Yeah, well, like, you know, like that's exactly what it was. Like, I mean, it was just like, you know, everybody's just like locking horns. Like, I mean, in a time where, like, I mean, arguably there should have been a little bit more harmony, but like that's, you know, like, you know, depending on what media you're looking at and all that kind of stuff, it's nearly driven to kind of pit people against each other, and people just do it, like, you know, or did it, or like, or whatever, like, you know. But it's like purely. What, like, we're watching what's happening, and we're writing stuff about it. So we thought like that was a nice little kind of ribbon on the box, you know, to sum it all up.
Excellent. It's an excellent album as well, by the way. Can't wait to hear what you guys are bringing to the table next.
Cheers. Thank you
Same.
very much.
And if you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be?
I don't know.
It's all the hard questions.
Oh wow. Well, it's going to be Mike Patton. He's like, you know, I think the guy's a genius. He's, as I said, I think he's the best singer ever. Maybe not from a lyrical point of view, but I don't know. Like him, this is like, you know, I love Avenged Sevenfold, you know. So does Shane.
No. I love him, yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. Like I'd like to collaborate with someone like Sia. Like, I think she's absolutely amazing. Like, you know, I'd love to kind of get inside her head and see what kind of, like, how she comes up with all these amazing songs.
How'd you come up with the wig, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know if you just turn it around? Yeah, it's, I don't know. Like that answer could change on a daily basis. You know, like depending on, I suppose, like where you feel and who inspires you on a particular day. You know, if you're listening to Fleetwood Mac, you're like, you know, oh God, I love like Stevie Nicks. I'd love to do something with her. You know, so yeah, that's there's too many out there, really. Like, I mean, there's so much awesome kind of inspiration out there.
Fair enough.
I don't really have any heroes or anything like that there. I suppose like Jordan Fish, he'd be a good one to be working with.
Yeah.
He's brought Bring Me the Horizon like up to serious levels, and I love his producing and stuff like that. So that'd probably.
Yeah, I think he has the ability to turn anyone he works with into a superstar kind of thing.
Yeah. Like even the new Architects album, it's unbelievable. Like, and he produced that, didn't he? And
Yeah.
It's one of my favourite probably of the year that's been released. But
It's amazing how he went from, you know, basically like, you know, being the Bring Me Horizon guy, then to go to Architects, and all of a sudden they kind of went, like, you know, I'm pretty sure they were really good songwriters. They are great songwriters, like, you know, but he just sprinkles this little bit of gold dust onto songs, and it just makes them something like they probably weren't beforehand. Like, you know, I think he's like in modern music, modern net music, I think he's the genius. Like, he's the holy ark.
George, if you ever want to get in touch, my number is 0876288.
Absolutely brilliant.
Are you waiting for the whole interview for that? Yeah.
Amazing. Well, Shane, you've already answered my next question. Do you have any favourite album releases of 2025 so far?
I think Architects is definitely one. Is that 25? Yeah.
I think it's this year.
Was it just this year?
Where are we?
They
August.
released one a couple of years ago.
Maybe it was last year. I know I haven't really listened to much music this year, which is weird. I kind of go through phases, because if I listen to too much music, it starts to influence my writing. So I kind of take stage it on and off from listening, especially with new releases, because you're like, oh my God, right, how are they doing this? And then I go home and I'm trying to write riffs exactly like that, and then I'm getting taken away from like what should be there. So Architects is probably one of my favourite bands that I'm listening, and that new album was just Sweet Spot was class.
Did you go see them when they opened for Biffy?
Yeah, unbelievable. We walked just, we were we were late for the gig, and they were playing, what do you call it, what do you call that tune?
Dead Butterflies?
No, not Dead Butterflies.
They've got a lot of songs with Dead in it.
Yeah.
yeah. Come on, bro. Change it up.
Just as we came into the gig, that song was the first song to come on, and I was like, yes, we fucking made it. But they were amazing today. They were unbelievable, yeah.
I think one of my favourite songs from them, from Modern Architects, is Black Lungs. That's just such a banger.
Yeah.
So good.
Elegy as well. That's a very good night off the last album.
Yeah, like, and particularly any of the singles that they released, like, I mean, are just, like, amazing.
Yeah.
They're so good, like, and, you know, I could, I'm a fan of Architects, but I could never listen to an Architects album start to finish, because Dan's voice just, whatever frequency affected my, like, whatever's in, or maybe my brain is like that, I just couldn't listen the whole time, and he's came down, like, in a few semitones now. I was like, that was a sweet spot. You know, like, or maybe that was a production thing, or like they changed tunes or whatever, I'm not sure. But now I can, like, very easily listen to an Architects album start to finish. You know, sorry Dan, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry. I love you. I love your voice.
And do you have any favourite album releases of 2025 so far? Any that you look forward to?
Don't know. I'm kind of the same, like, because like he'd probably message me saying, "Have you heard?" You know, and then I listen to it, but I'm not really sure. Did Poppy release an album this year?
She did that collab one, I think. Was it Bad Omens, or was that last year? Tail end of last year.
If was that this year? Because if that was if that was
time.
last year, then holy God. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that.
I mean, I keep name dropping them. Deftones, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with their new album.
Actually, I really like the last. I think they've released 2 singles now, haven't they?
Madonna, Milk, or whatever.
I listened to the Madonna one there yesterday, and it kind of reminds me of, like, slightly older Deftones, but kind of like obviously in a more kind of newer style. I really like it.
I much prefer it over the first single on My Mind Was a Mountain. I really just didn't like that.
Yeah, that I was like kind of going, I'm not sure why, like, they released this as a single, like, but the second one is just, to me, that's a banger, absolutely.
Sure, what's the saying? Like, bands usually release the weakest song off the album as the first single.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
Yeah.
That is weird to me, because, like, I mean, particularly, like, you know, say if you're kind of, like, trying to get out to a bigger audience, like, you know, that, like, this is your shop window, and you release something that's, like, not your, like, why is it on the album for a start?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
there should be no shit songs on the album.
It should be saved for the deluxe edition, if anything.
Yeah, absolutely. B-side that stuff, like, you know, and I release something that's kind of going, I'm not sure if I want to give them a second chance. You know, like, there's a risk of that, I'm sure. You know, but like, I mean, if your band's like Deftones, it probably doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, they kind of release something, some people are going to like it, some people are going to hate it, and then release something like that, and everyone's kind of going, yeah, okay, you know, banger.
And we're on to our last question. Do you have any advice for anyone wanting to start a band in 2025?
Do it. Absolutely. There doesn't seem to be any bands, like, well, especially around our area, that have starting up. Like, back when we were starting, there was just bands everywhere, all local bands, and now it just seems to be a dying trade, like.
Yeah.
But just do it and enjoy it. There's so much stigma over likes and all these, like, social following, all that there, that people kind of might get put off with it. Well, I certainly do, but I do it because I love to do what we do. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, on that, follow us on all our socials. But yeah, and, like, you know, it's like, if you're passionate about music, like, I mean, definitely start a band for sure. Like, I mean, and I think it's kind of just piggyback on what Shane said there. Like, I mean, if you're doing it for the right reasons, rather than kind of like following the likes and stuff, because, like, that's just bad energy, you know. Then absolutely do it. Doesn't matter what kind of music you're into. Like, I mean, if you're playing an instrument, or you're a singer or whatever, like, I mean, and you want to get it with your buddies, that's great, because, like, that's what we do. We're just a bunch of buddies that play music. Yeah. You know.
Bunch of buddy old pals and words that burn.
Pals. Yeah.
Not your buddy guy.
I'm not your guy, friend. This is going for a while. Maybe don't do that.
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time out your day to chat with me.
Yeah, no
Thank
worries.
you. Thank you very much.
No worries. And Cutthroat Culture is out now.
Woo!